Okay, this is the guided practice, and it's been open since Monday at 8 a.m. and it is due by Sunday at 3 p.m. So it's only 6 questions, so you can log on, get them done real quick, and be completely done. All right, so I just give you the weekend just in case you need it. I would love to have everybody's done today, though, so I can get those graded and put back in the grade book, and you're good to go. All right, so I'm just going to go through these 6 questions with you, and then if you have questions, you can let me know. All right, so this first one says, a photo studio charges a $50 sitting fee and $25 per photo sheet purchased. The function rule is y equals 25x plus 50 gives the total amount a customer spends, which is y, as a function of the number of photo sheets purchased, which is x. If a customer instead wanted to find a function rule that gives the number of sheets he could buy as a function of how much money he could spend, which of the following strategies could he use? So, in other words, this is wanting you to find the inverse. All right, so this specific question has 3 answers. And I'm just going to circle a few things. So, on this one, the first option, we talked about this on page 47 in our workbook. So, remember about the reflection of a line, okay? That was on there. And pay attention to this coordinate point and this coordinate point and notice what it's doing. All right, and then I'm going to underline this last sentence in option B, and I want you to read this. And then last option C, a reciprocal. So if I have 5, the number 5, then the reciprocal would be 1 over 5. Or if I had 3 over 4, it would be 4 over 3. Okay, so just pay close attention. You were just simply finding the inverse for question 1. All right, question 2. Question 2 goes along with question 1. So once again, our function rule is y equals 25x plus 50, okay? And it says a photo charges a $50 sitting fee and $25 per photo sheet purchased. What is the rate of change in the number of photo sheets per dollar spent? Okay, so pay very close attention, per dollar spent. So for this one, I want you to find the inverse of this equation, and I want you to tell me the new rate. Okay? All right. Next page. Number 3. All right, number 3 also goes with this. And once again, guys, it is y equals 25x plus 50. All you're doing here is finding the inverse, okay? And blank A is going to be my rate, and B is going to be my new y-intercept, okay? It says a photo studio charges $50 sitting fee and $25 per photo sheet purchased. The number of photo sheets purchased equals blank times the number of dollars plus blank. So you're going to, when you find the inverse, you're going to have a y equals blank x plus another rate. So you have 2 things, A and B. Okay? All right. Next, number 4. All right. This says the relationship between the speed of the car and the distance it takes to come to a full stop as measured by the length of the skid marks that are left after an emergency stop. what does the point 70 to 40 on this graph represent? So, remember 70 is my x and 240 is my y. I'm finding this point, and I'm looking right here, and you have three options. My three options are a car traveling at a speed of 70 miles per hour took 250 feet to stop. All right, then another option, it says a car traveling at the speed of 240 miles per hour took 70 feet to stop. And the last option, a car traveled 240 feet before reaching a speed of 70 miles per hour. So pay close attention to this right here. These are my x-axis and this is my y-axis. All right, next is number 5. Number 5 has 3 answers. All right. So you're just telling me what is true about this model. All right, so remember to use the to find if it's a function, use the vertical line test. Let's see. The equation that fits the data will be the square root with the y-intercept. That is approximately 0. Remember, a square root looks like an eyebrow and is the inverse of a quadratic. The inverse of this function is a square root. The graph of the inverse has a y-intercept that is equivalent to the y-intercept of the x-intercept of the graph. And the equation that fits the data is quadratic with a y-intercept of approximately 0. So it doesn't show us our y-intercept, so you need to pay attention to this one, okay? So don't forget, 3 answers. If you have questions, let me know. All right, and the last question is number 8. All right, so what you're doing right here, you are simply solving for S. So it's already your values have already been swapped, okay? So what I want you to do now is just take this equation and solve for S. All right, I believe that's it. If you have questions, let me know.